Everyone, and very good afternoon once again. So, welcome back. I'm CA Gaurav Chopra, and we are starting a new chapter today that is probability. So, again, one of the most important chapter of our course, of our syllabus, and also this is a in-depth chapter having the knowledge of probability. So, let's see who all are live with us now. Preeti Sharma is there, Richa Kumari, Ananya Kumari, Soumya Singh, Soumya Rajan, Dimple, Shreya Tiwari, Pramod, Arpita, Manish Jain, Bharat Chaudhary, and Surya Kumari. Great. So, welcome everybody. Yes, some more people are now live. Sri Pran, then Nishit, Shakya, Aisha Sood, Tamanna, Nikita, and Samina Hakim. Great. So, now, welcome everybody. So, let us begin with the subject, with the chapter. Before moving forward, Nishit is sharing something. Nishit is saying, I have a phobia in mathematics, but now when I study with you, all the previous lectures are super clear. That's great. So, anyone is having a mathematical phobia, of course, it can be removed that too very easily. It's not at all difficult. And CA Foundation paper number 3 is also very easy if we focus and revise everything on time. Okay, so let us begin with the topic. So, what do you mean by the term probability? So, probability simply means chance of happening an event. किसी event के occur होने के chances उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं probability. So probability is now a part of statistics. But earlier, at the time of origin, it was basically the part of mathematics. But after that, as the chapters increase, number of chapters increase, so we made two partitions, one for mathematics, another for statistics. So probability went into statistics portion, but originally it was into mathematics. So now probability is basically divided into two portions. It is divided into two divisions. First division is known as subjective probability, and other one is known as objective probability. First is subjective and second one is objective probability. Now, what is the difference between these two? So first of all, subjective probability is that probability where person is having some knowledge, some skills, his personal judgment. So where the probability is calculated on the basis of personal judgment, personal skill, then we say it is subjective probability. Whereas in objective probability, there is no personal skill and judgment, but it involves a scientific formula. In objective probability, there is a scientific formula, and according to that formula, we calculate probability. So, if we differentiate these two, subjective involves no scientific formula, whereas objective involves the scientific formula. So, what is the key difference between these two? For subjective probability, the person can say anything. Like, for example, what is the probability of raining today? Somebody may say that there is 100% chance to get rain. Some may says it may have 50% of chance to get rain. So it varies from person to person. Okay. So now, same thing is like if we talk about a match, if a cricket match is going on, then what is the probability that India will win or New Zealand will win? So everybody has different opinion. Some may say that because of past, because of some events, they may say that India is having 100% chances of winning. Some may say that 50% chances of winning are there. So it varies from person to person. But we are not using any formula for the calculation. Whereas in objective probability, we always use the formula. So therefore, we study which one, subjective or objective? Of course, objective, because it includes scientific formula, it involves some rules, some methods, some conditions. Whereas for subjective, there is no such requirement of any condition or any rule or any formula. Okay, so let us start with the objective probability. Okay, some more people are live now. Ankita Singh is there, Swati Giri, Punjabi Asif, Bhavya Verma, Manisha Rajpurohit, Aram Seth. Great. So now, first of all, we will go through some of the basic terminology which are used in the chapter. The first term is known as experiment. First term is known as experiment. So basically, what is an experiment? Experiment is a performance that produces some result. हमने कुछ ऐसा किया जिससे कोई रिजल्ट आता है, that is known as experiment. Like India and New Zealand is playing a game. They are playing a cricket match. So this is an experiment. Now this will give some result. Whether India will win or New Zealand will win. So it will produce some result. So this is known as experiment. Similarly, if we talk about tossing a coin, so what we will get after tossing a coin, we may get head or we may get tail. So it is a simply experiment. Okay, so there are many examples of experiment. Now, to be specific, the next term is random experiment. Random experiment. What is the meaning of the term random experiment? When it is depending on chance, when the result of experiment depends on chance only. Chance means anything can happen. Chance means anything can happen, kuch bhi ho sakta hai. Then it is known as a random experiment. So for example, again, if we talk about a coin, so tossing a coin. Now on tossing a coin for the first time, let us assume we are tossing a coin for the first time. So what we will get? Either head or tail. Answer is yes, we can get either head or tail. There is no specific condition that we will always get heads first or we will always get tails first. Okay, so random experiment means anything can happen. It depends on chance. So tossing a coin is an example of random experiment. Similarly, throwing a dice or tossing a dice is also an example of random experiment. Then, so Mahima is asking, can you please repeat shortly what you have taught till now? See, I have not yet started in detail. So the first term was experiment only. Before that, we had simply done the classification of subjective and objective probability. Okay, so do not worry. Chatan is asking CA Foundation November exam date. See, exam date for November will be disclosed in July month, not today. Okay, so at present, we already know that for the June examinations, dates are already available. The last 10 days of the June, that will be for your examination. But for November, it will be decided in July. Okay. Now the next term. Next term is event. Now, what is an event? Event is the result or outcome of a random experiment. जो भी हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है उसके रिजल्ट को हम क्या बोलेंगे? इवेंट. So it is simply the result or outcome of random experiment. So that is known as event. So event can be classified as, it can be classified as simple or composite. Simple is also known as elementary and composite is also known as compound. So events are classified into two, simple event or composite event. Now, what is the difference between these two? Simple events means an event is said to be simple if it cannot be decomposed into further events. एक इवेंट को अगर हम आगे फर्दर स्प्लिट नहीं कर सकते हैं, then it is known as simple event. So for example, on tossing a coin, we may get head or we may get tail. So head cannot be splitted further or tail cannot be splitted further. So it is known as simple event. Then on tossing a dice. On tossing a dice, what is the probability of getting number one? If this is asked, what is the probability of getting number one on the dice? So number one cannot be split further. So it is a simple event. But if the question requires that what is the probability of getting even number on the dice? Now, even number on the dice, this can be splitted further. So we know that on dice, there are numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So from 1 to 6, numbers are written. But we require even numbers. So 2, 4, and 6. So therefore, even number can be split into three parts. One is 2, second is 4, and then 6. So this is known as composite or compound event. Okay. Now, the next term, the most important term of this chapter. Without this, the chapter is completely incomplete. Okay. The chapter is completely incomplete without the word mutually exclusive. Now, what is the meaning of this term mutually exclusive, also known as incompatible events? So, mutually exclusive means when two events cannot occur together. When two events cannot occur simultaneously, then the events are mutually exclusive. So again, taking the same example for better understanding, if we are talking about tossing a coin, so either head will come or tail will come. That means both will not occur simultaneously. So when both the events doesn't occur simultaneously, then it is known as mutually exclusive events. तो लेट्स डिस्कस अगेन इन हिंदी ऑल्सो ऐसे इवेंट्स जो साथ में अकर नहीं हो सकते उसे हम बोलते हैं म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स ऑलराइट सो लेट अस टेक सम मोर एग्जांपल if we talk about tossing a dice. Now, on tossing a dice, what we can get either 1 or 2 or 3 and so on up to 6. If 1 is coming, then other numbers will not appear on the dice. If number 2 is coming, then besides 2 other numbers will not come on the dice. So such events are mutually exclusive. Then let's take one more example. Can a student do CA foundation and CA final simultaneously? क्या एक स्टूडेंट दोनों को साथ में परफॉर्म कर सकता है सीए फाउंडेशन एंड सीए फाइनल को? आंसर इज नो. दोनों को साथ में तो हम नहीं कर सकते. दोनों को साथ में करना ऑफकोर्स पॉसिबल नहीं है. सो दीज टू इवेंट्स आर नोन एज म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव. All right. Now, other is known as not mutually exclusive. So what will be not mutually exclusive? So those events which can occur together, जो events साथ में occur हो सकते हैं, उसे हम क्या बोलेंगे? Not mutually exclusive. So let us take some example here. Not mutually exclusive. So not mutually exclusive means those events which can occur together. जो साथ में occur हो सकते हैं, that is not mutually exclusive. For example, if we have to select one card, from a deck of 52 cards. So out of 52 cards, we have to select one card. Now, what are the two events? Let's say the first event is drawing a card of red color. And second event is let's say ace, drawing an ace. So can these two events occur simultaneously? क्या ये दोनों इवेंट साथ में हो सकते हैं या नहीं? तो ऑफ कोर्स आंसर इज यस. दोनों इवेंट साथ में हो सकते हैं because ace can have a red color. So therefore, if these two events can occur together, that means the event is not mutually exclusive. And if the events are not occurring together, then it is known as mutually exclusive. All right. So any doubt till here? Let me know. Any doubt till here? तो अमृत चौधरी saying मैं सेल्फ स्टडी से सीए फाउंडेशन कर रहा हूं. So do not worry, Mr. Amrit. We are here to guide you, to mentor you. So anything, if any in case of doubt, you can ask us. Do not worry. Then Preeti Sharma is asking, do you have any Telegram group? Yes, I will share the link in the next class about the Telegram link. Okay. And even you can search on YouTube, CA Gaurav Chopra. I will be there for you. Do not worry. Now, the next term. The next term is exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Now, exhaustive events का मतलब it includes all the events. जब सारे events एक साथ में आ जाते हैं, then it is collectively known as exhaustive events. Exhaustive event. Like if we are talking about coin, तो coin के लिए क्या क्या result है? Coin के लिए क्या क्या outcomes हो सकते हैं? Head and tail. इन दोनों के अलावा क्या और कोई outcome possible है? क्या और कोई इवेंट पॉसिबल है? नो. सो दीज टू इवेंट्स आर एग्जॉस्टिव. सिमिलरली डाइस. On tossing a dice, if I am writing only 3 events, 1, 2, and 3, whether it is exhaustive? No, because it is not complete set of events. If I'm writing 4, 5 also, then no, again it is not exhaustive because still 6 is not covered here. But as soon as I write 6 now it becomes exhaustive because all possible events I have written now. So therefore, these events are exhaustive. All right. Okay, great. So now the next term is equally likely events. Equally likely events. Now, what is equally likely events? Those events whose probability of occurrence is same. Those events whose probability of occurrence is same, they are known as equally likely events. And those events which are having different probability, then they are known as not equally likely. Not equally likely events. Now let's take some calculations, some examples based on the calculations. Now let's say, what is the basic formula for probability? The basic formula is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. This is the formula for calculation of probability. Now, what is the range of probability? Probability की value कहां से कहां तक lie करती है? So we must have always knowledge that probability lies from 0 to 1. Probability की value 0 से लेके 1 तक कुछ भी हो सकती है. It can be 0, it can be 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.49, 0.98. Maximum it can be 1. So it lies from 0 to 1. It cannot be negative. Probability can never be negative and can never be more than 1. So always from 0 to 1. Okay. Now the next thing is how to calculate this. So let's take again the example of a coin. So we know that on tossing a coin, there are 2 outcomes. One is head and other is tail. So what is the probability of getting head on a coin? So we know that there are 2 outcomes. There are 2 outcomes, 1 and 2. So out of these 2 outcomes, one outcome is favorable. That is, only head is favorable. So therefore, probability of getting head is 1 by 2, or you can write 0.5. Similarly, what is the probability of getting tails? What is the probability of getting tail? So it is simply again, total number of outcomes are 2 and favorable is only 1. So it is 1 by 2 or 0.5. 0.5. So this is, in this way, we can calculate probability. Now, if we talk about exhaustive events, that means it includes all events, so head and tail. Now, in case of exhaustive events, if we see what is the probability of getting head, it is 1 by 2, and for tail also it is 1 by 2. On adding, we get total as 1. So whenever the events are exhaustive, then sum of their probability is always equal to 1. Sum of their probability is always equal to 1. Okay. So this is a very interesting thing which you must remember. Then Dimple is asking, please explain not mutually exclusive. Okay. See, not mutually exclusive means those events which can occur together. Not mutually exclusive events means those events which can occur together. Now, ऐसे कौन से इवेंट्स है जो साथ में अकर हो सकते हैं? Let's take first general example. First event is a student is pursuing CA foundation, and second event is that student is pursuing BCom. So can these two be done simultaneously or not? Yes, they can be done simultaneously because one is a professional degree and other is a graduation degree. So of course, these two courses can be done simultaneously. तो जब दोनों events साथ में occur हो सकते हैं, तो हम उसे क्या बोलेंगे? Not mutually exclusive. Then similarly, let's take one more example. Let's say we have a number 6. Now, first event says it is a multiple of 2, and second says it is a multiple of 3. Now, which statement is correct? First is correct or second is correct? So we say that both the events are true. Both events can occur together. It can be a multiple of 2 and it is also a multiple of 3. So whenever both the events occur together, then it is known as not mutually exclusive. Okay, Dimple? Then Sindhu says, how much is the weightage of the chapter? See, the average weightage of the chapter is around 8 marks. On an average, 6 to 8 marks normally comes from this chapter. 6 to 8 marks. So it is very, very important chapter. And also, next chapter is connected with this chapter also. That is theoretical frequency distribution. So that is connected with this. Then Aditi is asking, is it mandatory to complete BCom with CA? No, not at all mandatory. I have just simply taken one example that they can be done simultaneously. All right. Now, the next thing is, okay, Preeti is asking, in exhaustive events, sum of probability is equal to 1. Yes, it is always 1. So whenever we are talking about exhaustive events, it includes all possible events. And of course, the sum of probability will be equal to 1. Then again comes sample space. One and the same thing, meaning is same, sample space. So what is sample space? It is a set of all possible events. Sample space is a set of all possible events. So again, taking the example of a dice, we can get number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the dice. Now, what is the probability of getting number 1 on the dice? So on dice, we know that there are 6 outcomes. So in denominator, we can write total number of outcomes as 6. Now we require number 1 as the favorable event. So one event is favorable out of 6. So it becomes 1 by 6. Similarly, what is the probability of getting number 2 on the dice? So again, only one number is favorable out of 6. So it is also 1 by 6. For 3 again, it is same. So when we add the probability of all events, the sum is equal to 1. The total is equal to 1. This is basically the sample space. So in sample space, the probability of all possible events is always equal to 1. Okay, so for this chapter, this is mainly all the basics which are required. If we strong our basics, then it will be very, very easy to solve the tough and tricky questions. All right. Now, two more things. If anybody asks you in general terms, like today is which day? Today is Thursday. Now, what is the probability of getting Sunday tomorrow? What will you answer? Your question is, what is the probability of getting Sunday tomorrow? कल संडे होने के चांसेस क्या है ये आपको बताना है एंड वी नो दैट टुडे इज अ थर्सडे सो व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग संडे टुमारो व्हाट विल यू आंसर so let's see who answers correctly Samina says 0 Manish 0 Dimple 0 Mahima says 1 by 7 so overall two answers we are getting one is 0 other is 1 by 7 so now as per the situation as we know the situation today is Thursday so tomorrow cannot be a Sunday it is a sure event or we can say that if we are talking about Sunday for tomorrow only this is basically impossible event this is an impossible event because Sunday cannot occur together कुछ भी हो जाए आंधी आ जाए तूफान आ जाए बरसात आ जाए या बाढ़ आ जाए लेकिन आज थर्सडे है तो कल फ्राइडे ही आएगा संडे तो नहीं आएगा so therefore this event is impossible okay all right so this is basically impossible event now what is the probability of getting Friday tomorrow? If the question is saying, what is the probability of getting Friday tomorrow? Then what will be the answer? If the question is asking, what is the probability of getting Friday tomorrow? Then what will be the answer? Come on, everybody. Very simple question is there. What is the probability of getting Friday tomorrow? कल फ्राइडे होने के चांसेस क्या है Manish is saying 1 by 7 Samina saying 1 Swami Rajan 1 by 7 Mahima 1 by 7 Aditya 1 by 7 Vaishnavi says 1 Preeti says possible event Aisha says 1 by 7 Ankita Aditya Dimple Swati everybody saying 1 by 7 but few are saying 1 Nishit says 1 Pramod says 1 okay so I think majority of you have given the answer 1 by 7 and few of you have given 1 so again there is some confusion in this. So you have to understand the concept very carefully, because मैंने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है वो क्या है, आज हमें पता है टुडे इज अ थर्सडे। नाउ कल क्या होगा ये आपको बताना था, क्या कल फ्राइडे होगा या नहीं, या कल फ्राइडे आने के चांसेस क्या है। अगर आपने आंसर दिया 1/7, इफ यू हैव गिवन द आंसर 1/7, दैट मींस देयर इज अ डाउट इन योर माइंड। हमारे माइंड में एक डाउट है कि जब आज रात को सो करके कल सुबह जब उठेंगे तब पता लगेगा कि कल फ्राइडे आएगा या सैटरडे या संडे। क्या ऐसा होने वाला है? क्या ये चीज पॉसिबल है कि हमें सुबह जाकर के पता चलेगा कि ये फ्राइडे आया है, या डायरेक्ट सैटरडे आ गया, या डायरेक्ट संडे आ गया? नो, हमें ऑलवेज पहले से पता रहता है अगर आज थर्सडे है देन ऑफ कोर्स टुमारो इज अ फ्राइडे, सो इट इज अ श्योर इवेंट। तो जो एग्जाम्पल हमने लिया है दैट इज नोन एज श्योर इवेंट। और जब भी कोई इवेंट श्योर होगा तो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी होगी कितना? 1। इट्स प्रोबेबिलिटी विल बी इक्वल टू 1। So in short, you have to remember that whenever the event is impossible, the probability is 0. And whenever the event is pure, the probability is equal to 1. ओके, ऑल राइट एवरीबॉडी। सिर्फ आपको फ्राइडे सोच के नहीं करना है कि 1/7 है। मेरा क्वेश्चन था कल फ्राइडे आने के चांसेस, तो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज 1। ओके, सो I was basically trying to explain you the two concepts. One was impossible and other was sure event. So impossible में probability is always 0, whereas for sure event it is always 1. So I think you have understood till here. Then let's move. Basic formula we have done, we have covered. Yes. Now we will take the question based on 2 coins and 3 coins. Based on 2 coins and 3 coins. So let's take 2 coins first. So if 2 coins are tossed, what is the probability of getting one head? 2 coins are tossed. What is the probability of getting one head? Now, first of all, we have to form all the possible cases. Now, what are the possible cases on tossing 2 coins? So let's say first time we are getting head or we can get tail. That means जब पहली बार हमने सिक्का उछाला तो उस पे क्या आएगा? या तो हेड आएगा या फिर टेल आएगा। कब? फर्स्ट टाइम। बट इफ सेकेंड टाइम इज टॉस्ड तो क्या होगा? तो अगर पहले हेड आ चुका है तो वापस हेड आ सकता है और इट कैन बी टेल, और अगर पहले टेल आ चुका है तो इट are the 4 possibilities. ये 4 possibilities यहाँ पे available है। Now what we have to do? Now we have to see all possible outcomes. One is head and head. Second is head and tail. Third one is tail and head. And one head. We require one head. तो one head कहाँ पे available है? You can see these two places. You can see these two places. So in these two places, we are getting one head. In these two places, we are getting one head. So therefore, 2 outcomes are favorable out of 4. Therefore, the probability will be 1/2. Therefore, the probability will be 1/2. Now, if the question is asking, what is the probability of getting 2 heads? What is the probability of getting 2 heads? Now we have to see which are the favorable outcomes. So here we are getting 2 heads, only single outcome. Only single outcome is there, single is favorable. So we can write 1/4. 1/4. Okay. If it is asking, what is the probability of getting 0 head? What is the probability of getting zero head? So zero head means both are tails. Both are tails. So only one outcome is favorable. So we can write 1 by 4. Okay. So in case of two coins, what is the probability of getting zero head? We can say it is 1 by 4. One head, 1 by 2. And two head, it is 1 by 4. So till here, everybody has given the answer. Now, if it is asking what is the probability of getting at least one head. Now it is asking about at least one head. हिंदी में कहें तो कम से कम एक हेड आना चाहिए. कम से कम एक हेड आना चाहिए. That means we must include one head and also more than one head. That means two वाला केस भी यहाँ include होगा. But what we have to skip? क्या स्किप करना है, क्या अवॉइड करना है? वी हैव टू अवॉइड जीरो, बिकॉज जीरो वाला केस यहां कवर नहीं होगा. कौन कौन से केस कवर होंगे? 1 एंड देन 2. जीरो वाला केस हम यहां कवर नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज द कंडीशन इज एटलीस्ट वन हेड. Now you can count which one is favorable. So two heads is favorable, one is favorable, one is favorable. So out of four, three are favorable. So answer will be 3 by 4. Correct answer is 3 by 4. Yes. So this time everybody has given the correct answers. Swami Rajan, Samina, Ananya, Surya Kumari, Vaishnavi Chaudhary, Aditya Darshan, Dimple, Pramod, Manish Jain. Great. Now, the next one. What is the probability of getting at most one head? This time, the question is about at most one head, maximum one head. One से ज़्यादा नहीं आना चाहिए, at most one head. So let's see who gives the correct answer. So Wadekar Baba Sahib has given the answer 3 by 4. Swati has given 3 by 4. So at most one head means we have to include one. That is maximum one we have to include. Less than one can be included. That is zero can be included, but two cannot be included. Two cannot be included. So we have to count only those cases which is having 0 and 1. So this is 0, 1, and 1. So three outcomes are favorable out of 4. Therefore, the required probability will be 3 upon 4. 3 by 4. So most of you have given the answer 2 by 4, but that is incorrect. Because the question is talking about at most one head. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक हेड, एक से ज़्यादा नहीं चाहिए, बट एक से कम होगा तो चलेगा ना. Agar if it is less than 1, then it's okay. It's correct. But if it is more than 1, then it's not okay. All right. So 3 by 4 is the perfect answer. So Nishit is asking why 0 we have taken, because the condition is saying at most 1, zyada se zyada ek jana. Let's say if you receive a card, if you receive a wedding invitation, एंड वेडिंग इनविटेशन पे क्या लिखा होता है? आपका नेम लिखा होता है एंड साथ में नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स भी लिखे होते हैं. अगर नंबर ऑफ मेंबर 1 है तो वहां पे हम क्या कहते हैं? एटमोस्ट 1 पर्सन कैन गो. एक से ज्यादा को एंट्री नहीं है, बट एक से कम तो चलेगा ना. अगर नहीं गए तो चलेगा, इट्स ओके. 1 चलेगा, इट्स ओके, बट नॉट मोर देन 1 इज पॉसिबल. 1 से ज्यादा पॉसिबल नहीं है. ओके. So this was 2 coins based question. Similarly, we can have 3 coin based questions. So let's take 3 coins. Now, in case of 3 coins, what are the possibilities? So we can write here, on tossing for the first time, we may get head or we can get tail. But second time again, head or tail. Here also, head or tail. Now, third time, because we are tossing 3 coins, so third time again, head or tail, head or tail, head or tail, and here also head and tail. Now you can include all these head, 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 then head, head, tail, head, tail, head, then head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, and last one is tail, tail, and tail. So these are 8 possible outcomes. So whenever we are having points, so how to find the total number of outcomes? The total number of outcomes in case of coin. So there is a formula 2 to the power of n. You can write 2 to the power of n. So if we are having 2 coins, then it is 2 square, 4 outcomes. If 3 coins, 2 cube, 8 outcomes. If 4 coins, 2 to the power of 4, 16 outcomes, and so on. So these are the total number of outcomes. Okay. Now, so in this case, we are having 3 coins. So this is a simple way to remember all the 8 outcomes. If you don't like this way, there is one more way. So the other way is you can write 4 cases first for the 2 coins. 2 coins वाले आपको सारे cases पहले लिख लेने हैं, like head head, then head tail, tail head, and tail tail. ये 2 coins वाले जितने भी केस है आपने सारे लिख लिए. Now write them once again. एक बार फिर से सेम चीज लिखेंगे हम. Writing them once again. Now what you have to do, in the first row, put head at last. And in second, put tail at last. So these are the 8 cases. So easily you can form 8 possible outcomes. So don't have to see which we have included or which we have covered or not. कौन सा हमने शामिल कर लिया, कौन सा भूल गए, आपको दिमाग नहीं लगाना है. Easily you can write down all the possible outcomes. Okay. Now the question can ask you, what is the probability of getting one head? So if 3 coins are tossed, what is the probability of getting one head? So you have to count कौन से cases हैं जिसमें one head available है. So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 places you are getting one head. So answer will be 3 by 4. 3 by 4. If it says, what is the probability of getting 2 heads? 2 heads के लिए क्या chances होंगे? So, sorry, 3 by 4 I have written. It will be 3 by 8. So for 2 heads, what will be the answer? 2 heads. So you have to count कहाँ पे 2 heads available है, that will become favorable. So 1, 2, and 3. So these are the 3 places. So therefore the result will be 3 by 8. 3 by 8. Okay. Then the next one, what is the probability of getting 3 heads? Now you have to count 3 heads. So it is available at only one position, 3 heads. So 1 by 8. then probability of getting zero heads. Zero heads. So it is available at only one place. Zero head is available at only one place. So it is also 1 by 8. So in this way, you can answer whatever is asked in the question. So let's take some more. If it says, what is the probability of getting at least one head? At least one head. So for at least one head. Yes, so everybody is giving the answer. That's great. Good going, everybody. At least one head this time. What will you answer? So Pramod is given 7 by 8. Aditya and Manish is also given 7 by 8. Great. So at least means you have to include 1, 2, 3. All these will be included. And what is not included is 0. The case of 0 is not included because at least 1 is written. So you have to count all possible cases having 1 heads, 2 heads, and 3 heads. So it will be 7 by 8. So except the last one, all other are favorable. All other are favorable. So therefore, the answer will be 7 upon 8. Yes, this time everybody has given correct 7 upon 8. Perfect. So Nikita, Priyanka, Shakil Ansari, Bharat Chaudhary, Sindhu, Ankita Singh, Miss Iram, Aditi, Ananya, Nishit, Manisha, Surya Kumari, Sakina. Great. So everyone is correct. Now, if it says what is the probability of getting at most one head, then what will be the answer? At most one head, maximum one head. One से ज़्यादा नहीं आना चाहिए. Maximum one head. What will be the answer? So 7 by 8 again. Someone is giving 7 by 8. Pramod is given 4 by 8. Manish 4 by 8. Samina 4 by 8. That means half. So majority of you have given 4 by 8. That is 1 by 2. But Surya Kumari is saying 7 by 8. Then Aditya is saying 7 by 8. So for at most one head, we have to cover 0, 1, but 2 and 3 will not be included because it is at most 1. So therefore, 4 upon 8, or you can write 1 by 2 is the correct answer. Okay. If it was at most 2 heads, then you can write 0, 1, 2. All these will be included except 3. Then it would be 7 upon 8. But in case of at most one head, the result will be 4 upon 8. Okay. So these are coins based questions. So 2 coins we have done, 3 coins also we have covered. Now it's time for dice based question. Now, if 2 dice are tossed, in case 2 dice are tossed, what are the total number of outcomes? Total number of outcomes. So it is 6 to the power n is the formula. 6 to the power of n is the formula. So in case of 2 dice, it will be 6 square. That is 36 outcomes. And in case of 3 dice, it will be 6 cube. That is 216 outcomes. 216 outcomes. Okay. So many of the students, instead of 36, they write 12. So 12 is totally incorrect. You have to write 36. Okay. Now, what can be the question based on two dice? It says if two dice are rolled, the first dice and second dice, two dice are rolled. Now, what is the probability of getting some 4 on the dice? Now, what you have to find out? Some 4. Now, how some 4 can come? Some 4 can come like 1 comma 3, 1 on first dice, 3 on second, or 2 comma 2 can be there. It can be 3 comma 1. Any other possibilities? Can we write 0 4 or 4 comma 0? No, that is not possible because 0 is not on the dice. 0 is not on the dice. Therefore, 3 outcomes are favorable out of 36. So in total, 36 outcomes are there, and out of 36, 3 are favorable. So Ankita says understood. Then Aditya Darshan says 1 by 13. Yes, on cancellation, you will get 1 by 13. Then, no, you will get 1 by 12, not 1 by 13. So Aditya, your answer is incorrect. Swami Rajan has given correct 1 by 12, that is 3 by 36. Now, if it says, what is the probability of getting sum 6? If you require 6, then again prepare all the cases. It can be 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3, 4 and 2, 5 and 1. These are the all possible cases. So 5 outcomes are favorable out of 36. So therefore, 5 by 36 is the answer. Okay. Now, if let's say the question is asking what is the probability of sum more than 7? Now, sum is not 7, sum is more than 7. So, what are the possibilities of getting sum more than 7? It means that sum can be 8, it can be 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, maximum sum can be 12 because the maximum number on a dice is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Therefore, the maximum number which we can get as a sum is 12. Now, we have to prepare cases for all of them. For 8, you have to find the cases like 2, comma 6, 3 and 5, 4 and 4, 5 and 3, 6 and 2. Then for 9, you have to make the cases. Then for 10, 11, 12. So now this becomes lengthy. So there is one shortcut for this. There is one simple shortcut in which we can easily calculate the number of outcomes. So let's understand that shortcut. So I'm preparing a simple triangle kind of diagram. So first of all, we are writing sum, and then we will write number of cases. Minimum sum will be 2, maximum sum is 12. Maximum is 12. So we can write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. So these are the sum from 2 to 12. Then number of cases. Number of cases will be there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then reverse order 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So sum कैसे लिखना है? 2 से 12 तक. 7 you have to write on the top. Top में क्या लिखेंगे? 7 लिखेंगे. 2 से 7, then 7 to 12. Now, for number of cases, you have to write simply the numbers from 1 to 6 and 6 to 1. And the total number of outcomes is 36. Now, if you talk about the sum 4, जो हमने first example लिया था sum 4, this one. So in front of 4, what is there? 3 is written. So we can write 3 by 36. Then next was sum 6. So in front of 6, you can see 5 is written. So answer will be 5 by 36. Then some more than 7 was written. Here some more than 7 was written. Now more than 7, that means it can be from 8 to 12. So you have to add all the possible cases. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, you will get 15. So 15 by 36 will be your answer. So in this way, you can easily calculate the probability of the dice. So 15 upon 36 is the final answer. So Manish is given the same 15 by 36. So have you understood this concept? Let me know. It's very, very easy. Manish says, amazing trick, sir. Mahima says, great trick. Navin says, how do you know where 7 should be written? See, it was increasing from 1 to 6. So at 6, you have to write 7. That is in the middle, you have to write 7. And then below 7 on left hand side, below and more than 7 on right hand side. Okay. So with such tricks, you can easily solve these questions. So Bharat says understood. Aisha says completely understood. Clear, nice trick, understood. Okay. So now let's take some more questions from this table only. If it is asking what is the probability of getting sum 9? So sum 9, you have to check this one. 9 के सामने कितने cases लिखे हैं? 4. So result will be 4 by 36. So you can write 4 by 36. If the sum required is 10, then you can write 3 by 36. 3 by 36. If it says sum more than 9, sum more than 9 is required. That means sum can be 10, 11 or 12. Then count the cases 3 plus 2 plus 1. That is 6 upon 36. 6 upon 36. Okay. Now, the next thing, a question based on dice, but not based on sum. A dice is rolled twice. 2 times we have rolled the dice. Now, what is the probability of getting difference of 2 points? Now, difference of 2, there should be a gap of 2. So, how it is possible? Let's say on one dice we are having 1, other dice we are getting 3. So, there is a gap of 2. It can be 2 and 4, 3 and 5, 4 and 6. Similarly, it can be 6 and 4, 5 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1. So in total, how many outcomes are favorable? So 8 outcomes are favorable out of 36. So therefore, the probability will be 2 upon 9. It will be 2 upon 9. Clear? So 15.3 is based on sum. So you can answer this very easily from the shortcut trick, which you have understood. Two dice are thrown simultaneously. Find the probability that sum of the points on the two dice would be 7 or more. So you have to count from 7. So include the cases from 7 to 12. You will get the answer. So 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So add all of them. The answer will be 21 by 36. 21 by 36. All right. Okay. So now it's 3 o'clock. Let's take a break of 5 minutes and then we will be continuing with the next points. Okay. So let's have a break of 5 minutes. So welcome back, guys. So now, next we are moving towards playing cards based question. So now, how many total number of playing cards are there in a deck, in a set? So we know in a deck of 52 cards, so there are four categories. So it is a deck of 52 cards having four categories. So which are the four categories? One is heart, second one is diamond, third one is spade, and fourth one is club. Heart, diamond, spade, and then club. So these are the four categories. Now, in heart, we will say that how many total number of cards are there. So numbers start from 2, 3, 4, and so on up to 10. So numbers from 2 to 10. Then it is Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. So in total, these are the 13 cards. These are 13 cards, and all these are in all the four categories. That means number 2 is included in heart, diamond, spade, and club. Then 3 also is coming 4 times. So all these numbers are coming 4 times. So we are having 4 jacks, 4 queen, 4 aces, 4 kings. Okay, so all these are 4 in number. If we talk about colors, then heart and diamond are red in color. Heart and diamond are red in color, whereas spade and club are black in color. They are black in color. So you have to remember these colors as well. So in total, these are 52 cards. These are 52 cards. Now, if it is asked that what is the probability of drawing a card of heart? One card is drawn. What is the probability that it is a card of heart? Heart का कार्ड होने के chances क्या है? तो हार्ट में कितने कार्ड्स अवेलेबल हैं? It is 13 out of 52. So the final result will be 13 by 52 or 1 upon 4. 1 upon 4. Similarly, what is the probability of getting spade? A card of spade. So again, there are 13 cards of spade out of 52. So you have to write 1 by 4. Then if it is asked, what is the probability of getting a card of red color? Red color, so how many red cards are there? So red cards are 26 because heart and diamond, both of these two categories are red. So it becomes 26 by 52. And what about ace, or we can say queen of heart? If it is asked queen of heart, so what will be the probability? We require queen of heart. So what is the required probability? So queen from heart is only 1 because heart includes only single queen. So 1 upon 52 will be the answer. 1 upon 52. So in this way, we can calculate all the kinds of probability. Now, the next thing is complementary event. Next term is complementary event. Now, what is complementary events? कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री इवेंट क्या होते हैं? किसी इवेंट के अकर नहीं होने के चांसेस. किसी इवेंट के अकर नहीं होने के चांसेस इज नोन एज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री इवेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल, इट इज डिनोटेड बाय like probability of event A is there, and for complementary we write A dash, or we can write P A bar, or we can write P and complementary of A, or you can write P not of A. So these are different notations. ये अलग अलग ways हो गए लिखने के. But how to calculate? Calculate कैसे करना है? So you can write 1 minus probability of A. 1 minus probability of A. So let's take one example. if the probability of event A is 1 by 3, so what is the probability of not happening an event? So you will write 1 minus 1 upon 3. That is 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Similarly, if uh, let's say the probability of getting spade is 13 by 52. So what is the probability that it is not a spade? Spade नहीं होने के chances. So 1 minus 13 by 52. It becomes 39 upon 52. Or you can write 3 by 4. 3 by 4. So this is known as complementary event. Complementary event. Event occur नहीं होने के chances. All right. Now the next thing, let us understand the next point from the example. Okay. So now we are taking example number 5. Find the probability that a 4-digit number comprising the digits 2, 5, 6, and 7 would be divisible by 4. So similar question we have covered in probability. So we have to form the number of cases in which this can happen. So हमें यहाँ पे क्या करना है? 4 digits available है, 2, 5, 6 and 7. तो इससे कितने 4-digit numbers बन सकते हैं? That will become your total number of outcomes. And favorable कौन सा होगा? ऐसे numbers जो कि 4 से divisible होंगे, that will be your favorable outcomes. So let's solve this. Example number 5. So 2, 5, 6 and 7. So out of these 4 numbers, you can prepare how many 4-digit number. So 4-digit numbers will be 4p4, or you can write factorial 4. That is 24. So total 24 numbers can be formed. So those who have not done permutation combination can see the previous sessions of permutation and combination. So you will get knowledge from there about permutation. Now we require those cases which are divisible by 4. Now, how do we know that a number is divisible by 4? So if last two digits are divisible by 4, then whole number will be divisible by 4. So we can make different combinations here. If we try 25, so 25 is an odd number. It is not divisible by 4. Then we can try 52. Yes, 52 is divisible by 4. Then you can write other two numbers here, 6, 7, or you can write 7, 6. So these are divisible by 4. Then you can try 56. Yes, 56 is also divisible. So we will write 56 here. And remaining two numbers, 2, 7, 7, 2. Then you can write 62. 62 is divisible by 4 or not? No, it's not divisible. So 66 you cannot take. 65, 67 is not possible because these are odd numbers. Then you can take 72. 72 is divisible by 4. So 5, 6 and 6, 5. Similarly, you can take 76 also. It is divisible by 4. So these are the 8 digits which are divisible by 4. 8 digits are divisible by 4. Therefore, the required probability is 8 upon 24. That is 1 upon 3. So 1 upon 3 becomes the final answer. Okay. 1 by 3 is the final answer. Now, sixth one, a committee of 7 members is to be formed from a group comprising 8 gentlemen and 5 ladies. So men are 8, ladies is 5. So total number of persons are 13. And now we have to select 7 persons out of 13. You have to form a committee of 7 out of 13. Now, what is the condition for that? It says that the 2 must be ladies. Out of 7, 2 must be ladies. So you have to solve this using permutation combination. So total number of ways. So total number of ways will be 13C7 because we have to select 7 members out of 13. So this is total number of outcomes. Now on top, on numerator, you require favorable number of outcomes. So what will be favorable? So favorable will be 2 ladies is required. So ladies are 5 and from 5 you can select 2, 5C2. So remaining will be males. So out of 8, you have to select how many males? Out of 8, you require 5 males because in total, you have to select 7 members. And out of this 7, 2 are ladies. If 2 are ladies, then of course 5 will be males. So write 8C5. So 5C2 multiply by 8C5 divide by 13C7. So in this way, you can easily calculate your probability. Now 5C2 is 10, 8C5 is 56, and 13C7 you can simplify and get the result as 11, 12, 13. So finally, you are getting the answer as 140 upon 429. 140 upon 429. Okay. Now, the B portion. B portion is saying at least 2 ladies must be there. So ladies can be 2 or more than 2. So in total, we know that there are 5 ladies and 8 gents. So out of 5, you have to select at least 2 ladies. That means you can select 2 ladies, then male will be 5. If you select 3 ladies, number of male will be 4. Then 4 ladies, then 3 gents, 5 ladies, and then 2 gents. Because total must be 7 members in the committee. Now, one by one, you have to solve all of them and get the result. Okay. So it is simply based on permutation and combination. So that was simply the basics. Now, this is a question based on historical data. This is a data-based question. The following data relate to the distribution of wages of a group of workers. If a worker is selected at random from the entire group, what is the probability that his wages would be less than 50? So in total, how many persons are there? First of all, you can add and get that in total, how many persons are there? So on adding, we are getting 150 workers. 150 workers are there. What is the requirement? Wages should be less than 50. So less than 50, there is no worker. So it is 0 by 150, that is 0. Then wages would be less than 80. Less than 80 will include 15, 23, and 36. So all these three will be included. So you can add and get the answer. So on adding, you are getting 74 upon 150. If it is more than wages होनी चाहिए तो 100 से ज्यादा में कौन कौन है 100 से ज्यादा में है 12 एंड 5 100 से ज्यादा में है कौन 12 एंड 5 so you can add and get the result so 12 plus 5 is how much 17 divided by 150. 17 divided by 150. Okay. Now the fourth one. His wages would be between plus 17. You can add all these three and get the result. So it will be 95 upon 150. 95 by 150. So this is the question based on data. Now it's time to understand some intersections, some formulas which are based on set relation functions chapter, so which you might have done. So let us understand that addition rule and subtraction and multiplication rule. So let's write addition rule first. Addition rule. So when you have to add and when you have to multiply. So first we will write the rule and then we will see on what conditions we have to add and where we have to multiply. So addition rule. The first thing which you have to write when events are mutually exclusive. When events are mutually exclusive, then you have to write A union B. Union is used for addition. A union B is equal to PA plus PB. So mutually exclusive means these two cannot occur together. दोनों साथ में नहीं हो सकते. So you have to write PA plus PB. Let's say if there are three events A union B union C, तो हम क्या करेंगे? We will add all three of them. So PA plus PB plus PC. Add all these three. If there are four, add all four. तो जितने भी इवेंट्स हैं उन सबको सिंपली ऐड कर लेंगे इन केस ऑफ म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स. But if events are not mutually exclusive, then in that case, what you have to do? You have to write A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P A intersection B. Now this time we have written a bit different formula, P of A plus P of B minus A intersection B. Now what this A intersection B denotes? This denotes common things. It denotes common. That means those digits, yeah, those events which are common that we have to subtract here. So let's write this formula first and then we will understand with the help of example. If there are three events, A union B union C, and the events are not mutually exclusive, then you have to write PA plus PB plus PC minus PA intersection B minus PB intersection C minus A intersection C and then plus P A intersection B intersection C. So this becomes the formula. So why we are subtracting here, let us understand that first. So So if we are having first event A and second event B, so these two events are separate. There is nothing common between them. So it is simply mutually exclusive. This is mutually exclusive. In this case, what we have done, PA plus PB. But if events are in this manner, that is, there is something common between them. There is something common between them. So this common is known as A intersection B. Now, since something is common, so this common portion is included in A or in B. ये common portion किस में included है? A में है या B में? Answer is it is included in both. The common portion is available in A as well as in B. A और B दोनों में included है. अगर वो दोनों में इंक्लूडेड है दैट मींस उस पोर्शन की डबल काउंटिंग हो गई. वी हैव इंक्लूडेड दैट पोर्शन ट्वाइस. तो अगर उसकी डबल काउंटिंग है तो वी हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट एटलीस्ट वंस. तो उसको हमें एक बार हटाना पड़ेगा, एक बार रिमूव करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज व्हाई वी आर सब्ट्रैक्टिंग ए इंटरसेक्शन बी. तो यहाँ पे हमारा फॉर्मूला क्या बनता है कि ए में से आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना है, ये कॉमन पोर्शन रिमूव कर देना है. यू हैव टू रिमूव दिस कॉमन पोर्शन ए इंटरसेक्शन बी एंड आफ्टर रिमूवल यू विल गेट योर रिजल्ट. ओके, so now let's take one example. If you have to select a card from a deck, 52 कार्ड्स का एक डेक है, उसमें से आपको एक कार्ड सेलेक्ट करना है. व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग एस और किंग? एस और किंग. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू थिंक द इवेंट्स आर म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव और नॉट म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव. क्या दोनों साथ में आ सकते हैं? एक कार्ड आपने निकाला, वो एस भी दिख रहा है, उल्टा किया तो किंग दिख रहा है. क्या ऐसा पॉसिबल है? नो, इज नॉट पॉसिबल. एक ही कार्ड में दोनों नहीं आ सकते. तो क्लियरली इट इज म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव. तो व्हाट यू हैव टू राइट, चांसेस ऑफ एस 4/52, चांसेस ऑफ किंग 4/52. एड बोथ ऑफ देम, दोनों को ऐड किया, योर आंसर इज 8/52. 8/52. Similarly, if it is asked one card is drawn, what is the probability of getting card of heart or spade? हार्ट और स्पेड, या तो हार्ट आ जाए या फिर स्पेड आ जाए. तो हाउ मेनी कार्ड्स ऑफ हार्ट आर देयर? हार्ट के कितने कार्ड्स होते हैं? 13. एंड नंबर ऑफ कार्ड्स ऑफ स्पेड, स्पेड के भी कितने होते हैं? 13. सो 13/52 plus 13/52, it will give you 26/52. 26/52. So these events are mutually exclusive because ये दोनों साथ में अगर नहीं हो सकते हैं. Now the next question is, what is the chance of getting card of heart or queen? Heart or queen? So number of cards in a heart is 13/52. Then number of queen cards are 4/52. Now, क्या दोनों में कुछ कॉमन है? Is anything common between them? Yes, queen of heart is common. Heart में queen available है and queen में heart available है. That means queen of heart is counted in both. ये डबल काउंटिंग हो रखी है. इट इज इंक्लूडेड इन 13 एज वेल एज इट इज इंक्लूडेड इन 4. दोनों में इंक्लूडेड है. सेम कार्ड इज इंक्लूडेड ट्वाइस. हमें क्या करना है, उसको एक बार रिड्यूस करना है. तो सब्ट्रैक्ट 1/52, यू विल गेट 16/52. 16/52. So this is the final result. So Pramod has given the answer 16/52. All right. So this is addition rule. So addition rule कब apply होता है? Okay, before that we can write multiplication rule, and after that we will compare where to use. So let's write here multiplication rule. Multiplication rule. So it is, first you can write when events are independent. When events are independent. Now, in case of independent events, what is PA intersection B? A intersection B is equal to PA multiplied by PB. In case of three events, A intersection B intersection C, so multiply all three, PA into PB into PC. If events are dependent, if the events are dependent, then what we have to do? A intersection B is equal to PA into B by A. Now this time what we have to write? B by A. Now what is the meaning of this PB by A? It means probability of event B. When event A has already occurred. So it simply means probability of event B जब event A हो चुका है. तो पहले हमने A को select किया, उसके बाद B के होने के chances when event A has already occurred. This is A intersection B. Now, these are the formula. Let's discuss one or two questions. Now let's say a coin is tossed twice. एक ही कॉइन है, आपने 2 times टॉस किया. What is the probability of getting heads on the first time and tail second time? First time पे आना चाहिए head, second time पे आना चाहिए tail. Now first time head आने के chances क्या होते हैं? 1/2. tail आने के chances क्या है? 1/2. And we require both of them. हमें दोनों चाहिए. दोनों चाहिए तो we have to multiply them. So it becomes 1/4. It becomes 1/4. If let's say there are 3 coins, on first you have to get head, second head, and then third also head, then what will be the probability? So 1/2 into 1/2 into 1/2, it will become 1/8. So 1/8 will be the final probability. So in this way, we can easily calculate the probability of events. Now, ये कैसे पता चलेगा when to apply addition rule and when to apply multiplication rule? So let's write down. This is very, very important. And this is the key portion. Multiplication. ये आपको एक साथ में कहीं भी लिखा नहीं मिलेगा, ना तो किसी बुक में, ना किसी लेक्चर में, except my lecture. So addition and multiplication कब use करना है? So the first thing is when it is written A union B. Union denotes addition, whereas A intersection B, intersection denotes multiplication. So also you can write P A plus B here for addition, and here P A multiply B. A multiply B. Then in addition, you will find event A or B. So there is an option कि दो में से कोई एक ही इवेंट अकर होना चाहिए. If there are 3 events, तो तीनों में से कोई एक इवेंट अकर होना चाहिए. तो only one event will occur, then you have to use addition rule. But if all the events have to occur, अगर दोनों events occur होने चाहिए, like event A and B, अगर दोनों events occur होने चाहिए, then you have to use multiplication rule. Multiplication rule. तो और is there or का मतलब or means addition rule and लिखा है then it is multiplication rule. Then if it is written either A or B meaning the same, then it can be at least one. In case of at least one also, it will be addition rule. And here it can be A as well as B, or it will be both of them. Both of them. So in short, addition rule कब apply हो रहा है? जब कोई भी एक event अगर होगा, only one event will occur at a time. And multiplication rule is used when all events will occur. जब दोनों events occur होंगे. तो जब यहाँ वन इवेंट अगर होगा एडिशन रूल लगेगा, तो दोनों को हमें ऐड करना है. Add both the outcome. In case of 3, add all the 3 outcomes. But multiplication है तो सबको multiply करेंगे. So have you understood this point or not? Now you can answer. You can comment and let me know whether you have understood this, whether you have written this or not. This is very, very much important. So you have to use this. It's very, very much important. Okay. So Mahima says understood. Okay. Now let's take one example, one more. If we are tossing a coin and a dice, हमने one coin toss किया and also one dice, and we require head on coin and number 2 on the dice. Head on coin and number 2 on the dice. तो क्या लिखा है? Head and number 2 दोनों रिक्वायर्ड है, और जब दोनों रिक्वायर्ड है then we have to use multiplication rule. तो हेड आने के चांसेस क्या होते हैं? 1/2. एंड नंबर 2 आने के चांसेस क्या है डाइस पे? 1/6. Therefore, on multiplying, we are getting 1/12. So 1/12 will be the answer. Okay. So Manish is understood, Ankita understood, Aisha understood completely and wrote also. Okay. Preeti says written. Then Navin says addition में A plus B में एक इवेंट कैसे? Because दोनों में से एक ही अकर होगा. You are writing the favorable case. तो जब भी आप favorable लिखेंगे, you have to add. Bharat Chaudhary says understood, Tamanna understood, Samina crystal clear. Then in multiplication rule, we haven't taken total outcome as 8 for 3 events. Why? Dimple is asking something, but I haven't understood the question. Dimple. In multiplication rule, we have not taken total outcome as 8 for 3 events. Why? You're asking about which questions? Let me know, Dimple. Nikita says crystal clear. Nishit, we have taken screenshot. Okay, great. So here the answer is simply 1/12. Now let's understand one more thing. If 2 cards are selected at random, what is the probability of getting ace on first and heart on second? Ace on first and no, you can write queen on second. Ace on first and queen on second, and also it is written with replacement. It is given with replacement. Now, ace. Now, how many aces are there? So, how many aces are there? So, there are 4 aces. there are 4 aces out of 52. So it becomes 4 upon 52. Now, since we have taken out one card, so it is 4 by 52. Now, with replacement, जब भी आपने first card निकाला, उसको वापस अंदर रख दिया, उसके बाद आपने second card draw किया है. तो जब आपने second card draw किया है, तो उसमें से आपको queen select करना है. तो how many queens are there? So queens are also 4. So it is 4 by 52. So 4 by 52 multiply by 4 by 52. Or you can write 1 by 30 into 1 by 30. It becomes 1 by 169. It becomes 1 upon 169. Okay. Now, let's take the same question, but without replacement. It is without replacement. So what we have to do? So in case of without replacement, what we have to do, it is 4 by 52 multiplied by 4 by 51. Now this time there is one card less. जो आपने first time ace निकाला, तो remaining number of cards are 51 only because one card is already out of the deck. So remaining number of cards are 51. Then we require queen. So there are 4 queen available. Therefore, 4 by 52 into 4 by 51 will be the answer. Okay. Let's take one more. This time we require ace and king and queen. So one by one, you have to draw 3 cards with replacement and without replacement. So first solve with replacement. So with replacement, how many? With replacement, what is the possibility? So first of all, there are 4 aces out of 52. So card निकाल के वापस अंदर रख दिया. So again, remaining cards are 52 only. 4 kings are there, so 4 by 52. Then you have to find out king. So again 4 by 52. So it becomes 1 by 13 whole cube. 1 by 13 whole cube. But in case of without replacement, if it is without replacement, जो कार्ड एक बार निकाल दिया उसको वापस अंदर नहीं रखा. That means first time we require ace 4 by 52. Now remaining cards are only 51. Therefore we will write 51. And on top we require queen. So 4 queens are available. Now third time the number of cards are only 50. And the favorable one, is queen. Queen is 4. So 4 ace, 4 king, 4 queen. But in denominator, number of cards will get reduced. Earlier it was 52, then 51, and at last become 50. Okay, so this will be your answer. Then Darshan was asking how 1 by 169 came. It is 13 multiplied by 13, which gave us 1 by 169. Okay. Now let's take one more here. Again, 3 cards are required. This time, let's say take 4 cards. 4 cards are drawn. What is the probability of getting all aces? 4 cards are drawn. And what is the probability of getting all aces? With replacement. So ace, first time you are drawing ace 4 by 52. Second time again 4 by 52. Third time and also fourth time. So it will be 1 by 13 whole to the power of 4. Okay, 1 by 13 to the power of 4. Now in case of without replacement, without means एक बार कार्ड अगर बाहर निकाल दिया तो हम उसको वापस अंदर नहीं रखेंगे. तो 4 aces are available. So first time you have to write 4 by 52. Now, since one card we have already taken out, so remaining number of cards are 51. Now, what is favorable? Aces is favorable. One ace is already out of deck. एक ace तो हमने पहले से बाहर निकाल रखा है. Now, how many aces are left in the deck? Deck में कितने ace बचे हैं? 3 aces are left. Next time, number of cards left are 50 and number of aces left is 2. And in the fourth draw, there are 49 cards and only one ace is available. Only one ace is available. So this becomes your answer. Okay. So Manish has given the correct answer. Nikita says understood. Shreya understood. Okay. Aditi is asking what is the weightage of the chapter differentiation integration. See, for differentiation integration, the weightage is very less. It is near about 4 marks. So normally 3-4 questions come from differentiation integration. Sometimes it can be 5 as well, but average it is 4. So 4 you can take. Now, let us take the 8th example. The 3 events A, B, and C are mutually exclusive and exhaustive and equally likely. So what is given? Events are mutually exclusive. It means they cannot occur together. A, B, C तीनों साथ में नहीं होंगे. Then events are exhaustive. Exhaustive means the sum of all these three will be equal to 1. And also it is equally likely. That means their probability will be equal, will be same. So according to this condition, we can write that PA plus PB plus PC is equal to 1. Now, since all these three are equal, we can assume all these three as K, K, and K. So 3K is equal to 1. Therefore, value of K will be 1 by 3. So hence, probability of A is 1 by 3, B is also 1 by 3, and C is also 1 by 3. So in this way, you can easily calculate all the probabilities. Now, let's try the next one. 9th example. A number is selected from first 25 natural numbers. First 25 natural numbers में से एक number आपको select करना है. And what is the probability that it would be divisible by 4 or 7? कि वो 4 या 7 से divisible हो. So from 1 to 25, 1, 2, 3, up to 25 it is there. Now it will be divisible by 4. तो 1 से 25 में कौन से नंबर है जो 4 से divisible है? So we know that number 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. So these are the 6 possibilities. So we can write probability of number divisible by 4 is 6 upon 25. Similarly, number divisible by 7. 7 se divisible. It will be 7, 14, 21. So probability of number divisible by 7 is 3 upon 25. Now, is there anything common between them? क्या दोनों में कुछ common है या नहीं है? So there is nothing common between them. So events are mutually exclusive. Events are mutually exclusive. दोनों events साथ में अक्कर नहीं हो सकते. Therefore, the formula will be PA plus PB. That number divisible by 4 is 6 by 25 and divisible by 7 is 3 by 25. The result will be 9 upon 25. 9 by 25. Okay. So Manish says, I understood this chapter till now, what we have taught, and left this chapter in class 12. Okay. So most of the people have phobia from this chapter, especially probability, and they have a fear in mind whether they will be able to solve the questions from this chapter or not. But really, this chapter is very, very easy, scoring, and interesting. So till now, you might have find this chapter very, very easy, interesting. And weightage of this chapter is also very good, that is 6 to 8 marks. So coin based question, 10th one is already covered. Then yes, 11th one, let's try this. A number is selected at random from first 1000 natural numbers. So we are having 1000 natural numbers, and what is the probability that it will be a multiple of 5 or 9? So 5 or 9 ka multiple. So probability of getting number divisible by 5 or 9. So since or is written, that means it will be addition rule. So probability of getting number divisible by 5 plus number divisible by 9. In case of common, we have to subtract. So minus the common numbers. So we can write 5 intersection 9 divisible by both 5 and 9. तो पहले आपको लिखना है नंबर डिविजिबल बाय 5. तो कैसे पता चलेगा कितने नंबर 5 से डिविजिबल होते हैं? तो सिंपली सिंस देयर आर 1000 नंबर्स, so 1000 divided by 5, that is 200. So 200 numbers are there which are divisible by 5. So I'm writing 200 by 1000. Then 9. How many numbers are divisible by 9? So 1000 upon 9. 1000 upon 9, you will get 111.11. Now, multiple can never be in decimal. So, ignore the decimal part. Do not round off. Always ignore the decimal part. If it is 0.11, ignore 0.11. It is 0.55, ignore 0.55. If it is 0.95, ignore 0.95 also. जितना भी decimal है वो सब कुछ आपको ignore करना है. So 111 numbers are divisible by 9. So 111 upon 1000 minus. Now we have to find the common portion. ऐसे कौन-कौन से numbers हैं जो दोनों से divisible होंगे? So for that, simply take the LCM of 5 and 9. 5 and 9 का LCM क्या है? तो LCM of 5 and 9 is simply 45. Now divide 1000 by 45, you will get the common numbers. So you will get 22 point something. Ignore the decimal. You will get 22 numbers are common. So minus 22 upon 1000. So this becomes your final answer. So 311 minus 22, it is 289. 289 by 1000. Okay. So 289 by 1000, that is 0.289. Then Narendra says पूरा समझ आ रहा है, great. Long questions are important or not? Akshay is asking. Akshay, in examination, you are having 100 questions for solving in 120 minutes. So all questions will not be long. Only few questions can be lengthy. And that few can come from any chapter. Okay. So all questions will never be lengthy. Only few can be lengthy. Dimple is asking, what is the probability of getting all the three heads in multiplication rule? Yes, when you are talking about all the three heads, then you can try with any method. You will get the same result. Head, head, head. So first time head, 1 by 2. Second time head, 1 by 2. Third time head, again 1 by 2. So the result will be 1 by 8. And if you prepare all the outcomes, there also you will get the same answer, that is 1 upon 8. That means all the three heads, there is only one case out of 8. So in both the ways, the answer will be same. Okay. Pramod says, great session. Aisha says, crystal clear. Thank you, sir, for the amazing lecture. Okay. So till here we have done. Now it's time for you to revise and solve some of the question based on this concept from the exercise also. So you are having 20, like 2nd of February today, 3rd of Feb, and again we will be meeting on 4th of Feb. So before 4th, you have to revise all these examples, also some questions from back, so that you can ask your doubts in the next session, and we will be completing this chapter in the next session. Okay. So till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.